Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. I want to start off by saying Happy New Year's, everybody. Happy 2013 and a belated Merry Christmas. I'm sorry I didn't do a Christmas video. I don't know. I think I got like all wound up and just the holiday itself. And Christmas is actually one of my favorite holidays of the whole entire year. So yeah, this is my favorite season. So happy 2013. I hope everybody's 2013 is treating them well so far. And mine is, I am back with a personal update here. Now, the last video I talked about my woes of not being able to find employment. So I have been searching and searching online, looking at different sites, trying to find a job. And so I went on the Chicago RHOA website, which is like, one of my favorite websites to like find jobs and different types of things. So what I did was I went on there and looked at their job section. And usually when I go in there, I always click on like administrative jobs, but this time I was like, I just want all the whatever jobs available. So I saw this ad for this company called Easy Links Golf Incorporated, and I clicked on it because it looked kind of interesting. And they're looking for a reservation agent. So what you would do is like it's like an on the phone type of job, so like customer service. So you're sort of helping people set up their tea times and different things and answer whatever questions they may have. So yeah, I hadn't really heard about the company before, and I'm looking like, okay, this is interesting. So they were like, well, if you're interested, just send a resume, and they gave like the email address. So send it a resume and like, like a little paragraph stating like why you want to work for them, what made you apply. So that's what I did. I told them I just graduated from Columbia College, Chicago. I told them I was like really good at computers. I told them I majored in magazine journalism, and also my schedule was really flexible since I just graduated now, and I was, I didn't have any job or anything like that. So yeah, I attached my resume to the email. So tell me why. I think I did this like December 27th is when I first like applied, and like the next day, I'm not playing. Like the very next day, the lady like hit me back. Like, she emailed me back, and was saying thanks for your interest, and she had given me instructions in the email, like you had to call this number, and you had to recite your name, and you had to spell your name out and leave your number, and then also there's like a verse they want you to read, so you leaving this as a voicemail message, and really the purpose for you like doing that because they're trying to hear your voice and how it sounds, want to hear, are you clear, are you distinct, can people hear what you're saying, so I'm like, okay, so this is kind of cool. So I did that, and I think a couple of days later she emails me again and says, congratulations, you've reached the final step in a hiring process. I'm sorry, employment process, not hiring, employment process. She says she wanted me to come down for an interview, and she told me like where they were and all the details of the job. And I'm like, this is so awesome. So I just went yesterday, guys. I went yesterday, 9 a.m. in the morning. I went to my interview, and actually the lady who had been emailing me, she didn't do the interview because she wasn't there. So this guy had interviewed me, and the interview went great. It was just really wonderful. I was confident because I think I was a little nervous at first. I wasn't super nervous. I've done interviews before, so I'm like, well, I got this. But you just get nervous. I think any job interview you go to, you worry because you really want the job, and you're like, I just hope to God that they see that I'm qualified and I am worth giving a shot to. And so that's what you're nervous about. You just want your best self to shine. That's all. You worry about that. So I was a little anxious, but it really went away because he was so nice and he was just a cool guy, and I was just, I gotta tell you, I don't want to be cocky or nothing, but when I was answering the questions, like I would answer a question, I was like, I'd be thinking in my head, like, damn, Lisa, that was good. That was a dope answer. So I was feeling pretty confident about myself yesterday morning. So yeah, so far so good. So he told me they should be getting back to me like within a week. Usually they try to get back pretty quickly. I'm like, I know, because she was on it. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, I didn't expect things to move so quickly. I really didn't. A lot of times when you fill out for stuff, you end up waiting weeks and weeks and weeks to hear answers from people, and that can be a little agitating in itself because you don't know whether to hit them up first or you don't know what to do. So I just really didn't expect it to really pop off the way it did. But I'll tell you this: I have been praying and hoping that God would bless me with a job and an opportunity. So I definitely been praying about it. My mom had been praying, my granny, had been praying. So I was just hoping to God that everything worked out. And I remember I saw like this post, I think, was it a few days before I applied, or I don't even know when it was. I know it wasn't like long before I applied or heard back from the lady. And I saw it on Facebook, and it was like, you see those posts on like your timeline, and it'll be like from, somebody else posted it, and you see it pop up on your timeline, you share it on your timeline. So that's what I did. I had to share it. It was so wonderful and inspirational. It said, until God opens up the door for you, praise him in the hallway. And I almost died. I was like, what? I'm like, that. No, they didn't. I'm like, oh my God, that was wonderful. That really was wonderful. I'm like, that is so true, cause I've been worried and everything. It just kind of like, for me, it was like a reassurance, like, you don't need to worry. Everything is already handled. Like, just chill and relax and just wait till you open the door. But meanwhile, before he opens that door that you want him to open for you, you just praise him right now and just be happy. So I've been claiming it, I'm like, this job is mine. I know this job is mine, and I'm being real confident, and I'm thinking positive about it. And so far, everything is great, and I think I have the job. I really do. It's just the waiting process can be like, kind of get to you, cause you're like, I'm on pins and needles here, but I think everything went fine. The interview was great. The guy, like, really liked me, and, he's saying he really wants me to be a part of the company. He's telling me, he went, like, overboard, just telling me everything, like, everything about how it is, and how it's a great place, to work for, and how you move up quite quickly in the company, and it was just really awesome. So he was real jovial, I was jovial, so everything was really, really great. So I'm gonna cross my fingers and continue praying. You guys can pray as well for me. I'd appreciate that and wish me good luck. And I'm gonna hit you up and let you know the results of what happened. I should be hearing something back like next week. So yeah. Yep. Okay, so on to the Real Housewives of Atlanta update. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but I really have been enjoying this season. This season has been really interesting. It's like way more interesting than what it was last season. Last season they got my nerves, especially with Marlo. I'm sorry, but I was like, girl, she gotta go. I'm like, I never understood why she was brought on the show. I'm like, she's not even a housewife. She's not a wife. She's not anybody's wife. Okay, really. I'm like, goodbye. I'm like, girl, have a seat. I'm glad I didn't bring her back. So anyway. It has been really interesting. Okay, so on the last couple episodes, they all went to Anguilla, all the couples. Now, I thought this was a good idea. I'm glad they actually coupled up this year. I thought it was great to bring the men along. Now, there still was drama, but I just feel like bringing the men sometimes give a different spin and a different perspective. Men are different from women, and being that they're less emotional, less drama, sometimes it just feels better. Like, yeah, bring them in, because time you get 5 or 6 women together, something's gonna pop off. And some did pop off, but it still was like pretty decent. Like, most of the trip was actually quite peaceful because the men were there, and it was just different, because the couples are focused on each other. They focus on the groups, and they did a lot of group activities and things like that. I think they were Peter was riding a horse in the water, and they was doing all kinds of stuff. They ate dinner together. Greg had fixed dinner for them one night. Everything was beautiful. The couples get along. Everything was wonderful, and they were acting, like people should act. They were acting like they had some common sense, some damn sense, and they wasn't popping off at each other. And I thought it was really great that they were all getting along like that. One thing I remember from last season, how Peter and Apollo, when they got into it at Kim's wedding, like, I think it's cool. They cool with each other now. They real tight now. They friends and whatnot, but I think they had a misunderstanding, because Peter said something about Phaedra and Apollo got pissed, and so yeah, they were ready to knock each other out. So I just think it's amazing how they went from, you want to fight or you want to go, to, hey, what's up? How you doing? What up? And but that's the men for you. Women sometimes it's not that easy for us. I don't know why, especially black women sometimes. We so filled with the drama. We always want to keep something going. I'm like, get your emotional stuff out of here. Like, girl, bye. Okay, have several seats. But men are like, okay, we got into an argument, and okay, they can shrug it off, have a beer, and keep moving. We got to get like that, ladies. We got to get more like them. They shrug stuff off, y'all. We like to hold on to a lot of mess for no reason. I'm like, all you doing is increasing your blood pressure. You're just making your blood pressure go up, and you losing your mind for no reason. But anyway, Moving right along. I digress. I digress. So everything was really like really so beautiful. I know where I want to go now with my hubby. When I get my hubby, I know where I'm going. I was like, that is so beautiful. I think I want to go there for my honeymoon. I really do. I'm really considering because I was thinking like, where would I want to go for my honeymoon? I think we're gonna go to Anguilla. Cause I was like, that's a really pretty island. It's absolutely gorgeous. You know, like what's there to fight about if you're in Anguilla? It's so beautiful. Okay, so one of the really romantic things that happened on the island was Peter wanted to renew his vows to Cynthia, and I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Cynthia didn't know though; it was like supposed to be kept under wraps. She didn't know anything about it. Everybody else knew, but nobody. She didn't know. And you know, Cynthia don't like surprises, and Nene kept saying like she don't like surprises, but. You know, he was like, she said she's gonna die when she finds out, you know, and she didn't know what the hell was going on. But it was so funny because they told her like, oh, we're going to a white party, so that's when you dress in all white. So everybody got all dressed in white, and all the women got their makeup done, their hair done. And Cynthia didn't know; she was oblivious. I was like, I love this. I can't wait. And when they got there, she's looking like, what's going on? What's going on? She thought it was something that. It had something to do with the prime minister or somebody. I don't know, but she didn't know what was going on. You can tell that she was looking lost and dazed, like, what? What's going on? And Peter, you know, walked up to her and everything, and, you know, he just told her right there, like, you know, I know our other wedding didn't go how we wanted to go, but, you know, now, you know, we have a chance to start over, so it was just really, really wonderful. And then, you know, at that time, of course, Cynthia figured out what was going on. And she looked at Nene like, oh my God, why you didn't tell me? And it was just so beautiful. Peter was crying. Peter was crying, y'all. I'm like, is Peter shedding tears? I thought that's beautiful. I think when a man cries for a woman, he really loves her. Like, ain't no way in the world you can say that he don't love her. I said that's love. That is true love right there. He cried on national TV. That means he loves you. There's no way you can say he don't love you. And he just really poured his heart out to her. And I thought it was absolutely beautiful. So they had a wonderful evening. They toasted it. I think they did a champagne toast, I think. And they like, she threw the bouquet back. You know, Nene called it and Greg was happy. Greg was happy. He was like, yeah, she caught the bouquet. So he thinking like, yeah, we next. And then he was like, look, I know Greg got happy because I caught the bouquet, but look, no. Okay, we're not getting married. Not yet. And I just love the fact that Nene and Greg are getting along real well too. I'm loving it. I like how they're really kind of coming back to each other and where they used to be. And Greg is really trying. And you can tell Greg is probably not a bad guy. Like he really is probably a good man. So I think that she should stick down with him. She should stay with him. I think they're going to, you know, by next season, they probably will be remarried or something like that. Hopefully, you know, they'll be doing a vow renewal. And that'd be really lovely. So I think it is quite wonderful. So, yeah. So, now here's the drama. The drama came with Kenya and Portia. Now, you know, Kenya and Portia ain't never got along since Portia called her Miss America. And she's Miss USA. So, you know, Kenya's been pissed for a long time now. And so, you know, Kenya started off like when they went to Anguilla, she didn't want to speak to Portia. She wanted to act like she didn't see her. And it was just a real lot of bull. So, Kenya really, her focus was on Walter. Walter was like her quote unquote boyfriend, but by now everybody knows that it was all staged. He was really a friend of her, and they used to date years ago, but they weren't together, and they never were going to be together. But she didn't want to look like she didn't have no man on the show, so she, you know, kind of made an agreement with him that we're gonna act like we're a couple. And it really was horrible. It was a horrible idea from the get go. I thought it was stupid. I'm like, why would you do that? You know, I mean, if you single, you single. And I feel like she made a bad decision by even asking him to do that. Because I'm like, look. All you had to do was you got Phaedra Parks there, Candy, you know, Cynthia, all them, like, they travel in good circles. Like, they know a lot of men. They know a lot of single men. Why didn't you just ask them, one of them to hook you up? You could have asked Nene to help you. I mean, damn, you know, it's like she begging Walter to marry her and give her a baby, and Walter's like, girl, bye. He just, he just kind of played her off. And he kept sending her off, like, you know, when they were in Anguilla, he's telling her, like, you know, hey, we got 3 more days, you know, never know, anything's possible in 3 days. And, like, why would you tell her something like that? Her heart's pounding, she's excited, and you know you weren't really planning on marrying her. And I feel like he just kind of strung her along. He was just really, you know, mean to her. I thought that he didn't have to go that far. He tried to be a smart ass and everything. Like, when she's at the table, she was wearing the pink dress and he had a pink top. She's like, oh, we're matching. He was like, that wasn't planned. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, I mean, do you have to be a dick like at every point? I just thought he really was, you know, I don't know. I thought he was just kind of nasty and just kind of like throwing shade constantly. And I'm like, you don't have to. I don't know. You don't have to be that way towards her, especially y'all had an agreement she was gonna play like her man. I was like, you a horrible actor, because I just think he wasn't feeling this idea of pretending to be something that he wasn't, pretending to want to marry her, and he don't want to marry her, and she already knew that. But I mean, she wanted to play this, you know, she wanted to have this facade in front of everybody so she can look perfect. She didn't want to look bad because all the couples they went, you know, they're in Anguilla. She's not really a part of a couple, but she wants to. I mean, imagine how you feel. You're the only single girl there. You look pathetic. You know, you feel pathetic. So you're like, I need to do something. So the things we'll do to make ourselves feel better and to feel relevant, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. In a way, I sort of feel for Kenya because she's a 40-year-old woman. She's trying to have a baby. And, you know, that's not exactly the best age to try to have a baby. She should have did that 20 years ago when she was 20. So, no shade. But shade. I'm just saying, like, girl, you know, I just feel like she's a pretty woman. She's beautiful. I feel like, I know she's dated men over the years. I know she wants the whole thing. Like, she wants to love the marriage and the baby character. That's how it's supposed to go. And that's perfection. And that's what everybody wants. And usually a lot of people get it, but then there are some people who don't. And they don't get it till whenever, you know. But it's like, you could have had that baby. I feel like she wanted a baby. She could have had that baby with some dude she was dating. You know, why do you have a baby then? I don't know. Not that she was in an abusive relationship, so she shouldn't have had a baby with him. And she didn't. So thank God, because then it would be hard to get that person out of her life. You know, but I just feel like she should have had a baby years ago, and then maybe been waiting for the ring. You know, because that's what I would do. Like, if I got to a certain age and I saw I was getting up there, I would never hit 40. I'd never let myself hit 40 and still talk about something. I want a baby and a husband and it ain't nowhere to be found. I mean, don't you think you should just, if you want that baby, you can get a baby from anybody. I ain't saying, like, I mean, still, you know, don't just choose anybody, but you can get a baby. You can just date a guy for a little while and have a baby with, you know, once y'all get sexual with each other. I bet you can get a baby like that. You know, a baby's not hard to come up on. Marriage is. Marriage thing is harder to get, or it's hard to get commitment sometimes. Well, you know, it depends on who you with. You gotta be with the right person. But anyway, I digress. I'm sorry, I went off on a tangent. Sorry. Let's go back to the show. So, they're in Anguilla, and Walter's he was just real shady the whole time. Kenya, her feelings are on her face. She's constantly looking funky. She's a happy woman for the other couples, and next minute she's like, you know, I mean, how would you look? You know, I mean, you pissed. You look at all these happily married couples. You sitting there like, damn, you know, you with this dude who clearly don't give a crap about you or your feelings. Like, not saying he don't care about her. I think he does care about her. Like, I think they're friends, but I think that's all he wants to be. So, unfortunately, it ain't working out for Kenya. And she just got embarrassed. It just humiliated her. And I could imagine how she was feeling. I'm like, wow, I couldn't be in that place. Like, that's so horrible. You know, I'm like, I would never. I mean, I'm sorry she went through that. That was absolutely horrible. Anyway, back to the drama between her and Portia. So, they're over there talking. It's like, as the trip progressed, her and Portia sort of started getting along. Like, she actually was talking to her, like, hey, Portia, bye, Portia, whatever. They was, you know, talking a little bit, having a little conversation. So I'm like, oh, okay, they might make up. Not the case. After the vow renewal, all the women are sitting there, except Candy, because Candy was messing around with Todd. They were busy making the hot tub hot. You know, if you know what I mean. Yeah, they were busy, you know how they do. Anyway, but I don't blame you. I mean, look at Candy. You know, like, you know. So anyway, so Candy was messing around with her man. She had some after the chick. She like, oh, my man. Anyway, the rest of them, all the women out there, right, and all the men are like in the house. They all, the women are outside sipping wine, you know, just talking. And they were talking about how good the day was, how beautiful the ceremony was. Then, Portia says to Kenya, you know, you really are different now on the trip. Now that we're on the trip together, you're so different than what you were when I met you, and, you know, things like that. And Kenya was like, well, you know, I think sometimes you just have to warm up to somebody. You got to get to know them. So they're getting along. Okay, everything going good. Then Nene asked, well, what happened that made y'all fall out of what? She wanted to know what happened. I'm like, Nee, I know what you just did. Why? Why did you do that? She opened up a can of worms and Portia fell for it. She opened up a can of worms. Portia fell for it. All Portia had to do was say, you know what, I really don't want to discuss that right now. You know, I don't think we should discuss that. You know, and then Portia goes right in for it and gets to talking about it. Kenya's like, I really don't want to discuss this right now. Then she says, then Portia gets an attitude because Kenya doesn't want to talk about it. So then she snaps like, see, this is why I can't talk to her because she never wants to discuss anything. And then Kenya's like, you know, really, so now Kenya's pissed. So now that they're getting, you know, so then Portia says, well, you know, she's a non-factor anyway. Kenya says, you're a non-factor, bitch, you know. And, you know, they started going at it now. So now she's pissed, you know. So then she says, with your 40-year-old, you know, Portia talk about her age. Kenya jumps up, yes, 40 and fabulous, bitch. I'm like, oh my god. So she's calling all type of bitches. Portia ain't like that, so Portia's like, now be calling me a bitch. No, I can't believe you call me a bitch. Don't call me a bitch or whatever. Kenya called her a bitch again a couple times. That's what Kenya does. You know, she's ghetto. So it was just crazy. So then Portia threw some bitches back at her. You know, then she calls her a tramp. You know, she says she's a piece of trash, she's a tramp. Kenya's ready to fight, because she's like, bitch, I'm nobody's tramp, you know, who are you calling a tramp? And actually, Kenya asked for that. She walked into that because she said tramp to Portia first. Portia has a tattoo on her back, so she said, I see your tramp stamp. And then Portia said, tramp stamp? No, you're the tramp. So it was like just two women lashing out at each other back and forth. It was just a bunch of ghetto drama. Everybody else looking around. Phaedra was killing me. Phaedra was over there eating some whipped cream with strawberries and drinking whatever she drink. Child, tell me why Phaedra was sitting there still eating and drinking. She was like, you just sitting there not saying a damn thing. And everybody just looking around like, I mean, it was just blank stare. I was like, this is awkward. I mean, and then he tried to get up and try to pull Kenya back, cause, you know, so she don't slap out of Portia, because she wants to go, that hand wanted to go across that face. She was gonna, you know, so she didn't want to see Portia on the ground, you know, bleeding or whatever. You know, Portia doesn't fight with her fist. She fights with her lawyers, because she said, if that bitch touched me, let her touch me, I will sue your ass. I want you to touch me so I can sue you. I said, oh my gosh, she done did a Jennifer Williams on him. She said, I don't fight with my hands. I don't fight with my fists. I call the lawyers. I'm like, oh wow. Sometimes these highfalutin black women, you know, these old, the uppity black women, they don't do things the ghetto way. They're like, no, I'm not going to fight you. I will just sue you. I'm like, oh, that's that newfangled type of shit. That's that new stuff right there. That's that next level type of defense, you know. You're like, bitch, I ain't got to hit you back. I'll just sue your ass. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just kind of crazy. And that always shocks, like, ghetto people. They're like, you suing me? Are you going to sue me? You know, but they ain't used to hearing I'm going to sue you, you know. That's something new. Like I said, that's next level. So, anyway, I like it, though. But, I guess it's real classy. It's a classy way of handling somebody who's crazy. Anywho, Hunty. Okay, back to what I was saying. Okay, so yeah, they're you know, they didn't jump up, and the reason why she called her a tramp is because Kenya was flirting with every damn body's man on the trip. She was shaking her ass on, who was she dancing with? I think Apollo and I think Peter. And she even went to Phaedra to talk about something. If you can give Apollo a birthday gift or something like that with two of your friends, who would you pick? Phaedra said, go on, girl. Get out my face with that bullshit. I said, what? Hey, you know, Phaedra was claiming she don't curse. She don't talk like that. She was cursing in. She was quite annoyed, and she just thought it was, you know, real disrespectful that, you know, Kenya would walk up on her and say something like that. Because it was kind of like, she was just, I think, just out of control. I think she was hurting, depressed, pissed off, and then she was, you know, acting real flirtatious and kind of like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I think she was just trying to deal with the pain. I think that was the pain talking. So she ended up saying crazy stuff. But anyway, I know she pissed Phaedra off. Phaedra was looking at her like, girl, bye, you can sit your ass down. But anyway, she was shaking her booty, her big old booty, clapping it on, you know, all the guys, and she was child. And this is funny, because when you watch that scene, that's when you knew Walter was into her if you hadn't picked up on it before, because I already kind of knew something was up. But really, he didn't do anything. Like, a man who loved a woman would be like, oh, whoa. He'd be like, you know, get off that dude, hold on, you don't be on my wife like that. Or my girlfriend like that or whatever. He didn't really give a damn. He was not, and everybody noticed that, and like, girl, he is not into you. Walter's not that into you. He does not give a fuck about you. He doesn't. Because he didn't care. He just was letting her do whatever she does. He's like, I don't care. And she ain't my woman. So I don't know. It was just a horror. Kenya had a horrible time. She actually did a vlog too on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She did a blog on Bravo. Yeah. So and it was just absolutely horrible for her. She had a horrible time. Needless to say, Kenya didn't have fun at all. She was just miserable. It was just so much shade thrown. Like when they was talking about the third shift, which meant like they had sex, 3 rounds of sex each couple or whatever. And, they was sitting there, everybody else looked like, yeah, girl, yeah, but Kenya and Walter was sitting there looking like, David's looking around like crickets. That's all you heard coming from their side of the table, because we know they didn't even get they didn't even get to round one. How they get to 3 rounds of sex? They didn't even do round one. And child, Nene was like, they asked them motherfuckers they ain't did no damn third shift. I'm like, wow. So, she went in with the shade a little bit, and I don't know. And she's the one who told Kenya that you and Walter don't seem like a real couple. Kenya got defensive, but Nene was like, I ain't trying to be mean, but for real, y'all don't seem like a real couple. So, anybody with common sense, can see through that, and Stevie Wonder can see through this, that it's just not happening. It's just not happening. He's just not into you, Kenya. So Kenya knows that. She's accepted it. I hope that she's able to move on and really find that guy. 'Cause she wants a baby so bad. She wants a husband. It's so funny because I think she's similar to me, but I'm younger than her. So that's only different. But I think she deserves to. Every woman deserves to be happy, and I think that she does deserve happiness. I hope that she does find her man, find her Prince Charming. So yeah. But anyway, other than that, Anguilla was quite adventurous, and this whole season is just really, really nice. So I can't wait to see the next episode and see what's gonna happen. Nene a grandma, y'all, so she's gonna have a grandbaby on there and everything. And it's the first episode that we see Bryson. That's her oldest son. That's his daughter. That's his first child. That's the first time we're gonna see Bryson on this in this season. So. Anyway, I'm going to cut this video short because it's getting kind of long, so I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut it short. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me. Please add me on Facebook if you like. You can follow me on Twitter. Please subscribe to my channel if you like what you saw. You haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe to the channel. Also, like and comment on this video, please. Also, share it. Share this video on Twitter, Facebook. Just kind of put it out there. But anyway, I'll be back soon with another video. So yeah, I definitely, because there's another show I want to review. It's like a brand new show. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it's called yet. But I'll be back with a new video for that a little bit later on. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys continue to have a great year. And I'll see you later. Bye.